Happy Friday, Spartan Nation. I want to come to you today as we wrap up week 2 with another video. My intent this morning was to do something different and come to you from outside part of campus and see how that goes, but it's still a little too hot and looking for, and I think we're all looking for it to definitely cool down. And so want to give a shout out to all of our coaches and student athletes this last week who participated in tryouts. Baseball being outside, I know that's not ideal weather for baseball right now, and so just appreciate all the student athletes, parental support, and especially the coaches for all that they do to give that opportunity to our kids and brave in the heat. So looking at the 10-day forecast, I don't see it ending anytime soon, so make sure we're staying hydrated as we head into next week's competitive events and practices. So just wanted to again say thank you to all the parents for following our process for drop off in the morning. We take a lot of pride on doing our best, number one, to keep students safe, and then to get you on and off campus as quick as possible. So we appreciate you in the mornings following, dropping off on the left-hand lane and passing through on the right, and just looking for our signals if we pull you in on the right-hand lane towards the end of the lane, and then exit out when you get to me on that kind of crossover point. After school, we're getting pretty good. First day of school, as those that were in the drop-off line know, that one took a little longer that first day, but we also again had a car, had a dead battery, so that's not fun for that person. So want to appreciate everyone's patience, but we've gotten so much better. So number one, I appreciate everyone pulling all the way forward. I know when our car is right next to our student, we just want to have them hop in quick, but what that does, that creates a chain of events that allows everyone else behind to stop. Everyone else then wants their student to hop in the car, and now we have this big gap where we have a long line of people behind us that need to still pull forward. So even if your student is right next to your car, if you could just please follow and go all the way forward as possible to the gym. They can always walk down or even meet you down there. That way we could allow everyone else that's in line kind of keep filtering through campus. Our goal would be to get everyone off campus by 4 o'clock. Right now we're about 4:05, so I think we can still improve in that area. But just wanted to thank everyone for that, and thank you for not pulling into the staff parking at the end of the day for a pickup, because that does create some bottlenecking and with staff leaving and stuff like that. So just want to again talk about that. Thank you for everyone that came for curriculum night. It was an incredible evening. The parking lot and the neighborhood was very full, and so ideally we have a little bit more parking, and that's something we can look at down the road. But we just want to appreciate everyone for coming in and following the schedule and having a chance to meet parents, see parents that we haven't seen in a while, to see parents that I just normally see in drop off, to get a chance to see you with your legs on and not just driving through. And so we had a great night. Just want to appreciate our teachers for taking that time, putting together those presentations, and making sure we're just setting up the success for our students for the entire year. Really, it is a team, and that team consists of parents and teachers and students and our entire staff to make sure our students are successful, they grow, and they have a memorable experience here at Sossaman. Want to talk about detention again. And so I know in some of the curriculum night presentations, they may have talked about that, but detention did start this last week. It's going really well so far. Students are doing a great job of getting to class on time and bringing their materials. And so our numbers are low, which is a good thing. That's what we want. And so teachers can assign detention for being tardy to class, as well as not having necessary materials. I was in a classroom earlier today, and they were working on something in language arts, how to add a printer, because in the future they'll be writing some essays and they will need to print that, and there were a couple of students that didn't have that ability. So that just puts them behind, puts the teacher off schedule a little bit. So it's really important to have those devices on campus. That's just one example of a class material. In terms of late work, let me turn my email off for you so those bother us again. Late work, if a student turns in an assignment late, one change for those that have 8th grade students is we are not assigning detention for not having homework turned in or a project turned in by the due date. And so the consequence of that, of holding students accountable, is that student will receive a 0 in the grade book at that time. If they do turn it in late, the ceiling for that grade is now a 50%. So the best they can get is a 50%. And then be mindful of the different department deadlines, right? One content area might be for 2 weeks, one might be the end of the unit. So that's where that syllabus comes into play. as we kind of recap the week, it was a great day to start off. When I say start off, not that it ended bad, but this morning I got a chance to walk around campus, and I like to do fist bump Fridays, and it's awesome. I love doing it with the staff, but it's also, as students see me doing that on Fridays, it's awesome to give the students those Friday fist bumps as well. And so it's a chance for me to go in, see what everyone's doing on a Friday, wish everyone a great day and a happy weekend. And so it's a great opportunity this morning. I got to go into dance first period, and they were finishing the class period, and they did an awesome dance performance before me that they've been working on since last Tuesday. So kudos to all those students who did an awesome job with a Pitbull song that they were dancing to. Theater was doing some different improv type stuff where they looked about what they were doing, audience participation and what an good audience look like. And so I hope I got that right, Miss Timmons, in first hour, but I think that's what you guys are doing. But it was great to see that happening. Orchestra was working on some really cool stuff and playing some music. Math, it was awesome to walk into Miss Taylor's class, and they were finishing up on their thinking classrooms. Science, I walked into Miss Roner's class, and they were definitely thinking hard. You could see the muscles moving in the brain and different things going on. I don't think we have muscles in brain, but I'm just gonna go with that. But they were doing some different conversions and doing the math and the calculations for the science conversions. So hopefully you can ignore the beeping that's going on up here and the phone that's ringing. I apologize, I can't control all those variables. So looking ahead to next week, I would love to see everyone on Monday at 6 o'clock. So I've worked together with Queen Creek Police Department. This has been on the marquee for a couple weeks now. And so we're having a Queen Creek PD presentation for families, that's parents and students, that is at 6 o'clock on Monday. And it's the power of words. And so there are times that students say things that is either a joke, meant to be a joke, meant to be silly, or said, and then after the fact, well, that was just supposed to be a joke. And so unfortunately, we have to take some of those comments and phrases very seriously to make sure our campus is safe. And so this is a conversation to families, and then a presentation the following day specifically to students on the impact of words, the power of words, and what things could potentially turn into if some of those phrases and words are said. So we'd love to see you out there at 6 o'clock on Monday. And then again, we have a student presentation on Tuesday. We have a 7th grade one, and then we'll have an 8th grade one separately in our gymnasium for our students. Cheer tryouts kick off on Wednesday. We're going to have that Wednesday through Friday at 7 a.m. in the gym. And so kudos to those individuals trying out for cheer, because you're going to have to get up bright and early for tryouts. And good luck to all of you as well. We have an early release. Our first early release is this Wednesday. And so just so everyone knows, that's going to be at 1:35. That's our dismissal. And so students, in case you're new, we have 30-minute classes. We still have an hour-and-a-half lunch. We have a shield lesson planned. That's our first shield lesson, which is on grit and what is grit, and how we overcome challenges, and we build that within us to be successful. And then to wrap up the week in a way, we have our athletics are kicking off on Thursday here at home. So we'd love to see parents come out and support our teams as we're getting going with that on Thursday. And our 7th grade team will be at Power Ranch. That's our home field for 7th grade. So I'm glad that I did that all in one shot. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I was told to add one more thing to my video. And so not only will we wrap up with a Go Spartans, but if you could like and subscribe to this channel, that would be awesome to support us. Have a great weekend, Spartans.